So before we start, some instructions are there for all of you students. Keep your textbook ready in front of you. Your textbook should be always ready in front of you when you are viewing our lectures. Be ready for point to point explanation. We are going to explain you point wise. Mention the dates, equations, names properly, that is, answer should be in a very detailed way as expected. When you are writing examination of SSC board, so it is expected that you should write the answer in a very detailed way. Okay, so you should follow all these steps. Avoid spelling mistakes, avoid rough work on your answer sheet. So your answer should be neat and tidy. You should avoid spelling mistakes and everything. Okay, try to maintain a clean and neat answer sheet. Mention the points properly with suitable examples. While you are writing points, so it is expected that you should mention some suitable examples also along with those points. So now let's continue with our lesson, periodic classification of elements. So what we are going to learn here, how elements are classified. Second is different methods of classification by different scientists. And third, formation of modern periodic table. And fourth, explanation of periodic table. So let's continue with our lesson. Periodic classification of elements. So elements, what are elements? Elements are those substances which cannot be further broken down. So these are the chemical substances which cannot be further broken down or cannot be further substituted. Today 118 elements are known. So in today's era 118 elements are known. During 1800 century only 13 elements were known. As time passed, new elements were discovered. So there rose a craze among scientists of knowing and gathering more information about elements. So to make their study on elements more convenient, scientists work out on criteria. They find out some criteria on the basis of which elements can be classified. So elements were classified as metals, non-metals, and one another group of elements was later discovered that was known as metalloids. So first scientist, he was Davenier. His attempt is known as Davenier Rights. So in the year 1817, a German scientist Davenier classified elements in a particular manner. So he was a German scientist. In year 1817, he classified elements in a particular manner. So he placed them in a group of having 3 elements each. He placed them in a group where elements had 3 elements each. Do you think he placed them randomly? No, he did not place them randomly. He arranged the elements in increasing order of their atomic masses. So he arranged 3 elements in increasing order of their atomic masses, in which the atomic mass of the middle element. So the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the other two. Here you can see in the example here, this is lithium and this is potassium. So if we find out average of this lithium and potassium, so what we get, 7 plus 39 divided by 2, what we get, 23. So what this average mean, what is, it is 23. This 23 is similar to the atomic mass of sodium, that is 23. So in this way he grouped out 3 elements, a group of 3 elements. So this was his attempt in classification of elements, but this method of classification was not perfect, as only a few elements were known to Davenier and he could not classify all those elements that were discovered later. So another method of classification was done by Newlands. So Newland law of octaves, a series of 8 was put forth by Newland in year 1866. So Newland put a series of 8 elements in year 1866. He arranged the elements known at that time increasing order of their atomic masses. So he arranged those elements in increasing order of their atomic masses. He started with the lightest element, that is hydrogen, and ended with thorium, that is heaviest element of that time. He found that every 8th element has properties similar to those of the first one. So every 8th element, this 8th element have properties similar to this first one. And this was similar to the octaves in music, as every 8th note has properties similar to first one. This, who discovered it? It was discovered by John Newland. He named this as Newland's law of octaves. So he named it as Newland's law of octaves because in music also the octaves, every eighth note is similar to that of First one. Some drawbacks were also there. So let's see. Limitations. Okay. Many limitations were found in Newland's octaves. This was found to be applicable only up to calcium and not for other elements. So this was applicable only up to calcium, and after that none of the elements showed similarity. Another example, Newland placed the metal cobalt and nickel under same node Do. So what is this? Under this node Do, he placed cobalt and nickel and placed them, while ferrous having similarity with cobalt and nickel placed them away from them. So he placed ferrous, as ferrous has similarity with cobalt and nickel, even though he placed ferrous away from them in the under the node T in the group of non-metals along with oxygen and sulfur. So Newland octaves did not have provision to accommodate the newly discovered element. So as the time passed, more and more elements were discovered. So his provision did not suitable for the elements that were discovered later. So the properties of the new element discovered later did not fit in Newland's law of octaves. So this was the major drawback, that the elements that were discovered later, they did not fit in this table of Newland. So next attempt was made by Mendeleev, which was proved to be somewhat successful. So next attempt to classify the elements was made by Mendeleev. It was proved somewhat successful. Let's see. Mendeleev's periodic table. He was a Russian scientist, Dmitry Mendeleev. His full name was Dmitry Mendeleev. He made an attempt to classify the elements during 1869 to 1872. This date, remember this, always keep in mind this date, from 1869 to 1872. He arranged the 63 elements in increasing order of their atomic mass. So what he did, he also arranged those elements in increasing order of their atomic masses. Then he arranged all the elements in periodic table according to their physical and chemical properties. How he arranged? He arranged those elements according to their physical and chemical properties in series of increasing atomic masses. On the basis, Mendeleev found that the elements with similar properties and similar chemical and physical properties repeat after definite interval of time. So what happened? The elements with similar chemical and physical properties, they repeated after a definite interval of time in Mendeleev's periodic table. So he thought, maybe I am successful in classifying the elements, but on the basis of his findings, Mendeleev stated this following periodic law. So on the basis of his all these findings, he stated this law, that properties of element are the periodic function of their atomic masses, means they repeat after a particular interval of time. The vertical columns in Mendeleev periodic table are called as groups. So this vertical columns, this standing one columns, they are called as groups. Okay, 7 groups, and the horizontal one, they are called as periods. This horizontal means the sleeping ones. Here on the cursor you can see the sleeping ones. The sleeping ones, they are called as periods. So now let's see disadvantages and advantages of Mendeleev's periodic table. So merits and demerits. So merits of Mendeleev periodic table. So first one, correction. Okay, so what he did? Correction. Atomic mass of some elements were revised. Okay, so atomic masses of some elements were revised by him so as to give them proper place in the periodic table in accordance with their property. So according to their property, to give them proper place in periodic table, he revised some elements atomic masses. For example, previously determined atomic mass of beryllium was 14.09. So the previously determined atomic mass of beryllium, what was 14.0, but he changed it. Okay, he corrected value of beryllium. It was, now the corrected value was 9.4, and beryllium was placed before boron. So he corrected the value of beryllium and placed it before boron. Now second one, prediction. He was very accurate, so that he predicted, and his prediction was correct. So Mendeleev kept vacant places in the periodic table for elements not discovered till then. So he kept some empty places for the elements that are going to discovered later. 3 of these unknown elements were given the names Eka boron, Eka aluminum, and Eka silicon. So he named those unknown elements as Eka boron, Eka aluminum, and Eka silicon, and their atomic masses was indicated as 44, 68, and 72, and also predicted their properties. So he predicted their properties, and later on the elements were discovered and named as, so these elements Eka, aluminum, Ika, boron, and Nicholson, they were discovered later and were named as scandium, gallium, and germanium respectively. The properties well matched with those predicted by Mendeleev. So whatever prediction was done by Mendeleev about regarding their properties, so it matched very well after their discovery. During Due to this success, all were convinced about the importance of Mendeleev predictable. So because of this success of as he was able to predict, so scientists thought maybe he's on the way, he's correct. So they all were convinced about his periodic table. Now third point is about accuracy. Mendeleev created a zero group. He created a zero group for the noble gases because when he discovered only 63 elements were known during his discovery, and I think at that time these noble gases were not discovered. So what he did, he managed to fit them very well in his periodic table without changing their original place. Okay, these three: correction, prediction, and accuracy. These all are merits of Mendeleev periodic table. Okay, it is expected that while writing, it is in points we have to write, and all these points, first, second, and third, it is mandatory for you to write in SSC board exam when it is asked about merits of Mendeleev periodic table. So you should mention all these points properly there, all these 3 points. Okay. Now let's see the next one, that is demerits of Mendeleev periodic table. So first one was confusion. It was created a confusion. The whole number atomic mass of element cobalt and nickel. Okay, the whole number atomic mass of cobalt and nickel same. Therefore, there was an ambiguity, means a little bit confusion regarding their sequence in Mendeleev periodic table. As they have same atomic mass, so there was an ambiguity where to place them. Challenge. Okay, now in point 2 what we see, there was a challenge. Isotopes were discovered long after Mendeleev put forth the periodic table. So after a long period of time, I think in 19th century, isotopes were discovered. So what is isotope? An isotope have the same chemical properties but different atomic masses. Means chemical properties are same but they are having different atomic masses. A challenge was posed in placing them in Mendeleev periodic table. So as they have same chemical properties but different atomic mass, so there was posed a challenge before Mendeleev put them in his periodic table in a correct sequence. Non-uniform. Non-uniform means what? It is not equal. Okay. The rise in increasing order of atomic masses were non-uniform. So the rise in increasing order. So as increasing order means what? From smaller to bigger one. So the rise in their atomic mass was non-uniform, means it was not equal. It was not possible therefore to predict how many elements could be discovered between two elements. Means between two heavy elements, heavy elements, how many elements can be discovered? It was not possible for him to predict. Position of hydrogen. Position of hydrogen. Hydrogen showed similarity with halogens, group 7, and also similarity in chemical properties with alkaline metal. So what hydrogen created a confusion as it shows similarity with halogens also as well as similarity in chemical properties with alkaline metals, that are group 1 metals. On considering the above properties, it cannot be decided what is the correct position of hydrogen in group of, whether it is in group of alkali metals or whether it is in group of halogens. So there created a confusion where to place hydrogen, whether it should be placed along with alkali metals or along with group of halogens. So these were the demerits of Mendeleev periodic table, and all these 4 points it should be mentioned while writing your answers in board examination.